This is Two Owls Talking Sports. I am Mike Davidson, as always, with my partner, the Scarf Game.
Strong
Scarf Game from John Wiley, Overlake's athletic director. We are the preeminent Overlake Athletics podcast in the market right now. John, it is spring, and you know that because the snow is just melting from last week's first storm of the spring. We got another Pineapple Express on the way this week, but we got a couple of games in along the way, and we're going to get some new teams making their debut here this week.
Yeah, Scarf Game's still strong because it's still winter. I don't know if it's underway or underwater, but the Owls and everyone else in the state has suffered through a couple of tough preseason weeks. I know from a baseball perspective, it's probably been a ton of fun out there, fighting gale force winds, snow and rain and everything. So, but we are underway, and I'm kind of excited about that. For example, we were supposed to be playing varsity soccer on Friday right here against the state champs, UPrep. And that would have been the latest chapter in a long-running saga between the two programs. But for the first time that I can remember, and I go back a ways, that game was canceled due to weather.
Yeah, and it was
soccer.
Snowed out, right? Snow on the ground.
4 inches of snow on the field, and we couldn't get it up.
That will do it. So soccer did, however, get on the road. They went to Clahalia on Saturday and notched their first victory. What do we take from that?
We sent JV and varsity over there to Clahalia, which is on the Kitsap Peninsula, and the Owls. We were talking about last week that we thought that they had a fighter's chance as far as, even though they're really, really young. I mean, we're carrying 6 freshmen on that varsity roster.
That boys soccer team, however, did get one game in this week. Yeah. They were on the road at Clahalia. I know the varsity got a win. Tell us about that one. Yeah,
going out to the Kitsap Peninsula on Saturday. Actually, the sun came out. For those of you that might have been there or saw it on the stream, Overlake went out and really dominated the run of play. So this is a super young team. But at the same time, really, they're very talented. And so I think the expectations for them probably just went up a couple notches. They took a 1-0 lead into halftime, then got 3 goals within about 5 minutes of each other and put it away at 4-0. Clean sheet, 2 outstanding goalkeepers. They usually split halves like they did on Saturday. But it was pretty convincing. I was pretty impressed.
Impressive. Do we remember who the goal scorers were?
Eos was one of them.
Eos, congratulations. First one on the board. And like you said, the sun came out on Saturday.
Yep.
And boys baseball was able to get 2 in.
Yes.
Up at Seaholm High School. A chance to play a couple of bigger schools in Cedar Crest and Seaholm. A couple of really strong 2A programs there. Boys got a split, knocked off Cedar Crest 4-3 in a comeback win, and fell 8-3 to Seaholm. But a lot of good things to build on there. Saw 7 pitchers across 2 games as the Growls try and keep pitch counts low early in the season, and a lot to like there. It's nice to see a couple of good knocks out of Alex Haas, the senior. He looked good on the mound as well, and the Growls back in action this week. Home and away series with South Whidbey if the rain and wind and everything else are willing to cooperate, and then a baseballism tournament down in Vancouver, Washington. A chance to see some more bigger schools, Centralia, and probably RA Long or Evergreen, a couple of local schools down there.
And so tell us what the challenges are about ramping up pitchers this time of year.
Well, not only is it wet, but it's been cold. And one of the things you have to realize as a head coach, not just in baseball, is that the target date is somewhere in May, right, for when you want to peak. And it's so easy to get caught up in how do we compete today? How do we maximize the chance for a win today? What's that going to mean for our RPI? And I think with a lot of the veteran coaches that you have in the spring, there's a real understanding that we're building towards something. We're giving kids reps and opportunities and trying to figure out an identity that we're going to use come postseason time in May.
And that said, by the way, when you say today, by the way, I want to tell you, there are some games today.
Oh, good.
It's another beautiful day for them. That boys soccer team goes back on the road. They play Northwest. They're going to have a long road trip, by the way, just the way the schedule breaks. The U Prep game will be scheduled for later in the year, probably right before the playoffs. So they open up with a bunch of road games. But I also want to circle back to them because it's Rayon scored, Eos scored, Devin scored, and Yihan's son, who's a freshman,
Right on.
scoring his first varsity goal. So those were the goal scorers from Saturday. But today it's off to Northwest to play the house, and that opens conference play for boys soccer.
Outstanding. We should see lacrosse on the field as well this week.
Yeah, that's tomorrow night. Boys lacrosse at Juanita. So we play in the Kinco conference for league play, and that's great. It comes with some challenges because most of those schools are about 3 or 4, maybe 5 times bigger than we are, and it's a really rough regular season schedule. But there are some 2As in there, and we play as a 1A school, but in a 1A 2A division. So yes to Tuesday with Juanita. That's a really tough opener, and then they'll turn around and play, I think, the hot ticket.
Oh, there it is. Let's declare it.
Hot ticket, 5 o'clock. It's been a revised game time as of this morning. 5 o'clock at home. Overlake hosts Cedar Crest, which might turn into a very, very important game because there's one of those 2A schools playing same division. You really want to get the head-to-head tiebreaker with them in case there's a berth to state on the line later in the season.
So Friday night, come out and support Coach Umberger and the crew. Tickets free, as always, at Overlake's home facility. Parking is, however, somewhat limited, so get there early.
Very much so.
And enjoy that one. Hopefully the weather clears for Friday.
Right, and we'll also, Girls Ultimate plays at Northwest on Tuesday as well. That's up at Bobby Morris Field for both today's soccer game and tomorrow's Ultimate game. Golf is going to get underway later in the week, and so is tennis. And tennis will be able to go indoors for the home games, but everybody's going to get going this week. It might not be pretty as a fan out there, but at the same time, be there for your people, and we'll have some fun.
So a soggy start to high school athletics this week, but in other news, we've got the release of the NCAA men's basketball bracket. John, without giving it all away, you got a champion picked out yet?
Mike, men's and women's, I might add.
Yes,
Please. Yeah, on the men's side, I'm going to go with the Arizona Wildcats. A number 1 seed, that's kind of chalk, but they haven't won it since, I think, 97. So I do feel like I can feel good about that pick. They've had a strong year. How about you?
Who do you have on the women's side?
Well, that's always, I don't ever want to go against Dawn Staley and South Carolina. So I'm gonna stick with them, but there are some really good programs out there. I'm a big Gino Auriemma fan, so actually, as I think about it, I'm gonna go UConn.
Oh, okay. Talk about a front runner. I have my Florida Gators in the men's tournament to repeat. They've done it before. Most of their losses came early as they were trying to work in some new pieces in November and December. They look great lately. They know what to do. I've got the Gators. On the women's side, if you're gonna leave Dawn Staley and the South Carolina crew, I will take that one. I think that'll be the title game, though.
Okay, and but we can't leave this broadcast without talking about an upset special in the first round as everybody's filling out their brackets.
And they fill it out. I mean, I'm sure they're waiting for our 2 cents here.
So I'm gonna give you an upset. What do you have? And by upset, I mean at least an 11-6.
Yep.
What do you got?
Hey, look, there's always a 12-5 upset.
Yep.
Mine for this year is High Point over Wisconsin.
High Point, North Carolina? Okay.
Yep.
Over Wisconsin?
Yes, sir. The 12-5 game.
Wow, I'm going to go 11-6. I'll take VCU over North Carolina. North Carolina's kept sputtering. I think VCU's going to get them.
All right, good call. Executive producer Chris Schwalm did not like the Wisconsin hate over there. He wants it noted.
Yes.
So we will see when it's time to fill out those broadcasts.
Hey, make sure, by the way, while we have you, for lack of a better email, jwiley@overlake.org, please give us your feedback, your questions. Remember, we got the TOTS mailbag. We're going to do that next week. And if you need like some emergency picks,
Yep.
we're here for you.
Yep. Whatever it is, we answer a wide variety of questions here on Tots. And we'll have one hopefully for next week.
Yeah,
we
let's
can
go.
update what all these spring teams are doing, because they're all going to be in action between now and then. We will be here to bring you all of those scores and the stories behind those scores. For my partner, John Wiley, I'm Mike Davidson. Thanks for joining us on 2 Owls Talking Sports.